Hey, yo, Kyrie, you gotta stop him. Greg, you gotta mute yourself. I'm not even. I'm gonna just call you good morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at the time of this recording. This is episode 101 of the Restricted Zone podcast, and I'm with a good crew today. Kyrie, introduce yourself to the Restricted Zone fans, man.
What's going on, fellas? Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Chris, introduce yourself to the fans, man.
What's up, y'all? I might not be on camera tonight, but I'm still here, be here giving my takes because some people in this joint be saying some wild stuff. So
Wow,
listen, I'm gonna
stuff
do my best.
indeed.
I'm gonna do my best to come back at him though.
Very
But it's
wild.
gonna be a good
Very
show.
wild. Very wild. Wild indeed. Team, introduce yourself to the people, man.
What's up, y'all? The actual smartest man on the podcast. Everybody lay claim to that,
Whoa.
but it's actually me. I'm
Whoa.
gonna go ahead and lay claim to that now. I'm watching the games, man. Let's get into it.
And
I don't,
and I see
I
we
don't think
starting
Kendrick are
early.
like that. I don't think
You
Kendrick are
don't
like
know.
that. All right. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Greg, introduce
Kendrick.
yourself.
Kendrick got my respect though.
You
I got
got all
respect for
this.
Kendrick.
Let's see. K Dot.
I just know what I'm
Greg,
talking
introduce
about.
yourself. Introduce yourself to the people, Greg.
You, you.
All right. Well, with that, that's Greg. All right. With that being said, we're gonna
Man,
move straight in. It's a lot of
he in the high. My man Greg in a high speed chase right now.
Swerving. Come on. Chill.
All right. With
I,
that being said,
this whole jump. I was gonna say something about how I wanted to be a dollar boy when I was a kid, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just hop into that. Save it for
stop,
next time.
stop,
My boy said he wanted to be a dollar boy. I
dollar
am.
boy.
Yo, Greg, you gotta chill,
He
bro.
said, I want to be a dollar boy. No, all right. So,
I could have changed with the best of them, bro. Anyway, that's
listen,
not.
I'm pretty sure they don't even know what that means, and we're gonna let
Yo,
it stay like that. But
yeah, you have
listen,
to cut that
with
out, Colin. They don't know, bro.
they don't know what it means. That's fine. We're not gonna cut that. We're gonna keep it raw, man. We're gonna keep it raw. But listen, we're gonna start straight into it. A lot of basketball today. There's basketball being played right now as we speak. But man, we got to talk about the playoffs, man. The most exciting part of the NBA season. This is where players, make forward and really establish their legacies, and we get to see who's the true superstars of the league. And man, the first round matchups has got to be one of the most exciting, balanced matchups I've seen in a while. Even though usually the first round we pretty much know the higher seed usually get the W, but these matchups, even though some may seem like the first round may win, they are very exciting. I mean, the Cavs and Knicks, Kings and Warriors. We got, it's just a lot of matchups. Um, why everyone look at me when I say Kings and Warriors. So Kings and Warriors, and
What you
it's just a lot of
mean?
matchups. But Kyrie, I want to swing it to you. We're gonna stay in the East. We're all from the East. So I'm gonna just keep it to the East. Listen, Sixers and Nets. I'm going straight for the meat and potatoes. Sixers and Nets. Who do you have winning? Why? And how many games do you have that team winning?
So I'm not gonna hold you. I got the Sixers taking care of that in 5.
Okay.
I just simply don't see anybody really stopping Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, the top scoring center in the league. Nick Claxton, I'll give him his props. The last time I seen them play each other, Nick Claxton was really doing this thing against Joel. But at the same time, that size difference is just too much for him, and he's not going to be able to handle that. I think the other guys step up too. I think James Harden has himself a solid series. It's just about Philly's bench, bro. It's been about y'all bench all season. If like for y'all executing in the right moments. Like guys like Shake Milton, guys like D'Anthony Melton, they all got to execute in the right moments. But yeah, I think y'all gonna take care of it in 5. I don't think Brooklyn has enough firepower really to keep up with y'all and what you guys bring to the table. I think Mikal Bridges is gonna have himself a good series, but he doesn't have much else help really to help him fight off a guy like Embiid. So I think y'all gonna take care of it in 5.
Take care of it in 5. Okay, seeing Kyrie said Sixers in 5. Uh, are you co-signing that? You feeling like this more of a struggle? Things we calling it
No,
sweet?
I agree with him. I
Mm,
think it's gonna be Philly in 5. Um, I think Clarkson will do a good job on Embiid, but Embiid he's still gonna get his. I think Philly will like I think Brooklyn will have played good defense throughout the whole series, but Philly would do enough to keep it close, and Brooklyn has struggled to close games with the new roster. So I think Brooklyn will get one off of like just some crazy blowout in Brooklyn, but besides that, I don't see them giving the Sixers much trouble.
okay, that's fair. All right, 6-5. So far, 2-0. Chris, are we 3-0? Are you thinking this is sweep, or you think it's pretty much a pretty good fight? What's your thoughts
I
on
mean, I y'all should sweep them, but I'm not gonna say y'all are. So
it?
I'm gonna say Nets, and I said Nets. Excuse me. I'm
Wow.
gonna say Sixers.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
okay,
no.
man.
I'm gonna say Sixers and 6, and I say that because I just have a feeling. I'm not sure why. I just have a feeling that tomorrow Phil's gonna get punched in the mouth, but that punch in the mouth is gonna make them play better the rest of the series. I feel like tomorrow Brooklyn's gonna look at themselves like we're the underdogs. Nobody thinks we should even be in this matchup, so they don't come out and start swinging. And Philly not gonna know how to respond to that. So that's why I think Brooklyn takes game one. But after that, Philly gonna start to understand what they need to do and handle business. And I think that ultimately is going to just come down finishing 6th. I mean, they should get the job done. I think they will. I'll say that.
That's fair. I 100% agree with you. I think, like I said, it's definitely a tough. Well, I mean, not necessarily a tough matchup. I think the only team that can stop us is the Celtics and Bucks, and most importantly, ourselves. So, yeah,
Chris,
Mikael probably has.
I was gonna say Chris did make a good point saying that he thinks that they could come out tomorrow and punch them in the mouth because Brooklyn's got
Right.
the exact type of team to do that. They're gritty, they're good defensively, and we've seen
Absolutely.
the Sixers. I've seen plenty of games this season where the Sixers had games like that. Teams they're supposed to beat, teams like the Spurs. Like you think it's supposed to be a
Absolutely.
random win on a Wednesday night. The guy that came out, got punched in the mouth, underestimated them, and they just didn't play with that heart. They didn't play with that tenacity that they play with when they win and when they win when they dominate. So I could definitely see them sneaking another game in there, especially tomorrow with Philly sleeping.
That's what I'm saying because I look at it like I look at the Sixers and Hawks series in game one. Because remember game one, Atlanta came out in the first half and punched Philly in the mouth. And when Philly
Right.
decided to actually start playing, it was a little too late. And Atlanta ultimately won the game. Now we know how the series ended. I'm not going to go into that details, but I feel like Brooklyn can have that same effect in game one tomorrow. So that's why I say it's going to end in 6, but Sixers should win.
That's fair. All right, like I said, I think the only way we lose is if we play horrible ourselves. I think the Sixers win in 5. Uh, I really do think they win in 5. Greg, what's your thoughts? Sixers and 5?
Hey, Colin. Hey, Colin. Where my broom at?
What
Where my
broom?
broom at? It's over in 4. In 4. You know what I mean?
So,
Just get the
so,
dustpan, bro. I'll get the broom. You get the dustpan, bro. We sweeping them. It's like
so,
that.
so,
It's
so if
straight
Brooklyn was,
like
so if
that.
Brooklyn was
Oh
tomorrow, you gonna put it
man.
back in the garage? You gonna put it back in the closet?
Okay, listen, it's still gonna be a sweep. We just gonna call it gentlemen. And we just gonna be gentlemen about it. It's gonna be a gentleman sweep instead. Don't worry. It's fine though. Mikael gonna have his solid game where he dropped like 35, 36, but we still gonna lose the series. Either 4 or 5, good brother. But I'm gonna bring my broom. You know what I'm saying? Colin, make sure you bring that dustpan. Straight like that. I gotta go back to my high-speed chase. Be safe now.
Oh, Lord.
Yo, he a clown, bro.
All right. Well, unanimous decision. Everyone has the Sixers winning. We move on to the next Eastern matchup battle. We got the Knicks and Cavs. I think mostly everyone's favorite, probably one of the favorite matchups in the first round so far. Kyrie, I would start with you since you are the Knicks fan, but I'm gonna start with Chris. I want to actually get his thoughts. Chris, give me your thoughts on this
Sure.
matchup. This matchup is
I
so
don't care what
interesting. Who do you have on?
I don't. Oh, I got Knicks in 7. It's gonna be a great matchup.
Ooh,
Knicks in
7.
7, and I say
It's so
that
balanced.
it has the this matchup has the potential to, so in my opinion, the greatest playoff series I ever saw was 2009 first round Boston against the Bulls. That was probably the greatest
I
series.
Mm,
remember that.
That was probably the greatest
that was a
playoff
series.
series
Yo, that
I
was the
ever
dead
saw.
Rose
That
Raiders
was a
day.
series.
Clippers
Wasn't that the
Spurs.
one with Big Baby hit that buzzer beater in the corner
Yeah,
or whatever?
yes, he
Yep.
did.
And I
Wait,
feel
wait,
like
wait.
That corner was
Serious?
snapping.
it was
Sports
Clippers
memories,
Spurs.
sports,
it was
sports
a great
memories are awesome.
it was
Oh
a great
man, that
series.
was a memory.
And I feel
Oh,
like this series has that potential because these teams are so evenly matched when you look at them across the board. They all have a star with a solid co-star
ooh,
with great
Steve shaking his
defense
head.
with a solid bench. So it can go It can go back and forth the entire way. And the crazy part about it is, at the same time, both teams have a closer, and we've seen that this year that both teams have a legit closer. I don't know why I seem laughing like he ain't seen the matchup this year. Kyrie. Then Jalen Brunson put a 48 with Donovan putting
Yes,
40
yes. Thank you, bro.
in
Thank you.
the
He said
lens.
it for me.
In
He said
the
it for me.
lens.
All right, Kyrie.
Bro said it for me.
Kyrie.
Put a 48 on that man, bro.
I saw Jalen Brunson last year without
Passionate.
Luka go back to back 30, 40 point games against the Suns without Luka. I know he can step up in the playoffs. And all you
I
gotta do is
believe. I think you can too.
Against the Jazz, my boy. Against the Jazz, my boy. Not against the Suns.
See, I was swinging to
Thank you for
I was,
Greg.
But
Thank you
this
for
the
the
thing, though.
correction.
This the thing, though.
But you understand my point.
Who in the Cavs backcourt is guarding Jalen Brunson?
James
Nobody.
None of them are
Garland.
Isaac
Just
Okoro.
like
James
just like
Garland.
Nobody.
You can throw
exactly.
you can throw Karis
Isaac
LeVert on him. Are you
Okoro
kidding me?
is.
Harris
I
LeVert is
thank
getting
you,
big.
Isaac
Isaac
Okoro.
Okoro.
Isaac Okoro
Ricky
is
Isaac
Rubio
Okoro sleep.
is no
Who's
Isaac
guarding
Okoro
Donovan Mitchell?
You
said Ricky Rubio with
But
3
I-
H's?
I
Come
thought
on.
Yo,
that's to be
hey,
funny.
my
I
point
thought it
exactly.
to be funny.
You see
Who
the
is
names
guarding
that going
Donovan
out here,
Mitchell,
right?
bro?
Ricky
Who's guarding Donovan
Rubio?
Mitchell?
Who you gonna guard?
That's who was guarding
Isaac
him when he put
Okoro.
up the 48.
Isaac Okoro will
thought
be
that
guarding
was
Brunson.
funny.
Who's gonna guard Donovan Mitchell?
Nobody, which is why it's evenly matched.
Hey, we had
Who's
quick,
guarding
we
Garland?
got quick off the bench. We
And
got
who
I
is
mean,
guarding
we got
Garland?
quick grind. We got quick
I was
grind.
about to say who's guarding Julius
Who
Randle?
is guarding Mitchell
Who's
and
guarding
who is
Julius
guarding
Randle? Who's
Garland?
guarding Evan Mobley?
That's cool. That's cool.
Because
This
I'm
the
not worried
thing though.
about
This the
Randall.
thing though.
Who's gonna
He's not
step
worried
up?
about Randall. He's not
I
Listen,
worried
I know
about
y'all don't be
Randall.
watching, bro.
Brunson
Listen,
gonna step up.
He's
Brunson will
not worried
step
about
up.
Randall.
I'm not worried
but
about
listen
Randall
though.
though. Randall's doing nothing, bro. That's why the Cavs gonna win, bro.
Nah,
They
I'm
match
not
up
gonna lie.
perfectly, dog.
I'm not
In
gonna
the
lie. We don't even
playoffs,
know if
in a
Julius
playoff
Randle is
game,
healthy.
seven
We don't
game
even know
series,
if
bro.
Julius here.
The Knicks
We don't
can't
even know if
shoot
Julius
a
Randle is
damn
healthy.
Greg,
thing,
hold
bro.
on, Greg.
In a 7 game series, but the Knicks can't shoot a damn thing. The Cavs have Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, both healthy playing. And Donovan Mitchell's gonna get buckets. They have nobody guard Garland.
Evan
Brunson
Mobley
gonna
put up.
hoop, but
Yo,
like,
Evan
come on,
Mobley
bro.
wasn't doing nothing against us this season, bro. Mitchell
Mobley's
Robinson
gonna
was locking
clamp
that
y'all.
down.
He's not. He
Mitchell
don't have the
Robinson was
scores.
locking that down.
I'm not talking about Mobley scoring. Mobley's gonna clamp up. Randall's not doing nothing. You talking about some? We both have stars. What star do the Knicks have, bro? You calling Randall a star?
You obviously haven't watched this season because Julius Randle spaked the Cavs every time we played them this season.
Bro, in a
Jalen
7 game
Brunson
series,
spaked
I
them every time
promise
we
you we're not
played them
doing
this
that.
season.
Brunson going. I
Bro,
think Brunson
Evan
gonna
Mobley
hoop.
couldn't do nothing with Julius
I
Randle.
think
He was
Brunson
way
gonna
too
hoop.
big. He
Bro,
was getting anywhere he wanted
in
on
a
him.
7 game series, bro, I promise you Randall's doing nothing, bro. Because y'all tried to do this the last time the Knicks was in the playoffs when they played the Hawks.
Okay, and what exactly is Evan Mobley doing?
The
though?
Knicks got it. They got
What's
swept,
Jared
bro.
Allen doing? They're
Bro,
not doing
Mobley's
nothing
top
down there
3 defensive player of the year. He's clamping ball. Come on, man. He's
because
clamping.
Mitchell Robinson had that on lock.
Jared Randall's
He
clamping.
had that on lock.
It's fine, and they're gonna have them on lock too, bro. They're gonna do the same thing, and nobody's gonna have Donovan on lock. Nobody's gonna have Garland on lock. What are they gonna do?
What was they doing in the other games this season, bro? They went
In
1
the
and 3
7
against
game,
us,
that's
bro.
cool. Regular season, cool. I believe you, bro. The regular season, fine. If that's what you want
I'm
to go off
saying.
regular season, that's cool, bro.
But still, bro,
But
you gotta keep that in mind when you watching them in this season
but
too.
you gotta keep in mind, we've
the
seen
same
countless
tactics.
times regular season where teams will have will be playing the team great in the regular season, and the playoffs is a whole different thing because you have 7 games to game plan for that team. You play them 7 games in a row. You learn everything about them. You know what they're gonna do every play. Tom
But
Thibodeau in the
all right,
playoffs,
tell me
what is
this
he
though.
gonna do
Tell me this
on
though.
offense, bro?
Outside of Donovan Mitchell, who has playoff experience on the Cavs? Jared Allen, maybe a little bit. Evan Mobley has no playoff experience.
That's
Isaiah
cool.
Okoro has no playoff experience. Karis
That's a good
barely
point.
has any playoff experience.
But
They
here's
never
my
played in
thing.
that moment before.
Here's my thing. You talking about playoff experience? What did Randall do the last time he was in the playoffs?
That was
Let's
2
talk
years
about
ago.
it.
That's cool. And
He's still the same player.
what made Jalen Brunson a household name? Him in the playoffs last year.
And Brunson, I think Brunson gonna hoop. But I don't believe in Randall. I don't believe in RJ. I think Quigley will have a game or two, but I don't believe him to go crazy every single game. You want?
I think so,
like that's cool. I mean, when it comes like pound for pound, we deeper than them. Straight up, we way deeper.
I believe that. I just don't think y'all be able to match Donovan Mitchell in 7 games. I think Brunson will have his games, but I don't think he'll be able to match Donovan Mitchell in 7 games.
He dropped 42 on us and lost by like 13.
I'm saying he'll have his games, bro. He'll have his games. I'm saying I think Brunson will have his games, but I think for 7 straight games, I don't think he'll be able to match Donovan every single game, bro. I think Donovan's gonna go crazy. And I think Garland will be able to be that good second option. I don't know who's gonna step up and be that second option for the Knicks. I think Brunson will go crazy. I don't think he'll be able to match Donovan. I don't believe in Randall. I don't believe in RJ. I think Quickly will play good, but I don't know if he's gonna step up and average 20 every game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think
No, I
Cleveland
feel
just
you.
match up too well against the Knicks, who can't shoot. Neither team can really shoot. I think defensively, they both match up well against each other because they don't have great shooting. But I think the difference between the Cavs and the Knicks is that the Cavs have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and the Knicks have Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I think the
But
stars will win the
you're
series.
saying Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, like they didn't have like some of the best seasons of their career so far.
They
Julius Randle
did. I
put up
just
like
think it's a matchup thing. I don't think Randall is gonna do good in this series where the Cavs will have 7 games to match up for them, game plan for them. I don't believe that Julius Randle is gonna play good.
all right. We
I'm
agree, we
All
thinking
agree
I
to
think it'll be a
disagree.
good series though. I think it'll be like
right.
Cavs. I think Cavs in about 6 or 7, probably 6. I really think 6,
Kyrie, I
but
got you. Knicks and 7. Knicks and 7. I
Hey,
got you,
I
Kyrie.
I got us
I,
in 6, but I'll say this. Listen, I'll say this. Our X factor is going to be RJ Barrett, and I hate to say it because I don't have a lot of trust in RJ Barrett. But our X factor is going to be RJ Barrett because of what Greg mentioned earlier. Julius Randle's not. I don't think he's 100%. He's supposed to
that's
be
another
going
thing.
through
Yeah,
some
that's
game
another
stuff
thing.
like before the game, but I don't think
That's
He's
another
going to
thing, bro.
play because Jules want to play. He want to be out there. He want to help us win, and I don't doubt that. But I don't think he's going to be 100%. So RJ Barrett in that series is going to be the X factor. He's going to be the one of the main focal points of whether we win or whether we lose, and how fast we win or how fast we lose. Feel me? Because RJ, we've seen him all season. He could get his 16, 17 points a game, but a lot of times it comes on 18, 19 shots. And then he'll have some games where he puts up 30, 35 on 14, 15 shots. Feel me? And he's rebounding. He's defending well. He's getting guys involved. But how many games is he going to have like that in a 7-game series? Me personally, 2. If that, that's what I give him. But he's going to have to prove. He's going to have to show me otherwise.
No, facts. I agree. I think RJ is the X factor too for this series, and I don't trust him. So there goes that. Play D Rose and y'all win.
That's
That's a
true.
whole nother can of worms.
Play D Rose. What you got, Colin? Your mic muted, bro. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Colin, you might mute it, bro.
oh wow, I was talking. I was saying, man. I said this is such a tough matchup, man, and I just think Darius Garland, Jalen Brunson is a good matchup. The Knicks are starting. Who's the Knicks starting shooting guard? Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Quentin Grimes. The Quentin Grimes. We got Donovan Mitchell.
I ain't even mentioned my boy Josh Hart. We've been different ever since we picked him up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, and
I think it'll be a good series just
I
because
think that was
the
the best.
Knicks.
That was the best pickup for you guys. You guys getting Josh Hurt might have been the best thing. And he's
I
definitely
think
helped you guys.
it'll be a good series. I'm not saying that the Cavs will just wash them. Like I think the Knicks can definitely win. I just think the Cavs will just because I believe in the Cavs stars. But I think the Knicks will be able to compete with them because they have the depth. And I think different guys will be able to step up. Like I like Cameron Grimes. I think he'll have a game or two where he has a great game.
So this
Quickly,
game,
obviously, 6 million a year contender. I just think the
this
Cavs
game,
sometimes will too much.
no, that's true.
I think this series is going to come down to depth. I think the Knicks have better depth than the Cavs for real. Cavs only run like 7, 8 dudes deep. So I feel like they're just going to be in a lot of situations where their stars are going to be getting a lot of tick, and that's going to be a lot of wear and tear on their bodies over a 7-game series. Not to say that like the Knicks don't do that, but I think the Knicks, if you watch them Cavs Knicks matchup, it's not just that like Jalen Brunson been going crazy, but it's really the bench that has like really done well for the bench for the Knicks have obliterated the Cavs bench in terms of production. So that's what it's going to come down to. So I want to go Knicks in 7, but I think with the combination of the fact that the Knicks are the higher seed, so they only get 3 games at home, plus Julius Randle being compromised, that's going to nullify the bench in a sense because like bench players don't really play as well on the road. So I'm going to say Cavs in 7 because Game 7 is going to be in Cleveland. And I think that's going to be enough to propel them forward. But I wouldn't be surprised. But that's the closest. Like, if Julius Randle is like playing like the Julius Randle minutes, I do think it's Knicks in 7. I think it comes down to Julius Randle. I'm not gonna lie.
This matchup
Respect
comes
that.
between star. It does. So Cavs have more star power. Knicks just have the depth. That's a pretty good matchup. I can't wait for that. Kyrie, you want to announce the next matchup in the East before we travel to the West?
Prepared to. Let me see.
Colin don't know it.
No.
So it's gonna be Boston and Atlanta.
Boston
And
sweeps.
Atlanta.
Next
You
heard
series.
me?
Next series.
Next series, I got Atlanta in 7.
Wait, what happened?
You hear me?
You said you got Atlanta at 7?
Yeah.
Why?
He said, why? Why not? That's
Bro,
the real question. Why not?
you got to give me an analysis, Colin.
Like,
Go ahead, bro.
Listen.
Nah,
Listen.
test that
Right.
man.
What Trey Young putting up 40 a game?
Nah. I'm just, of course.
Who's Trey Young even guarding?
Of course.
Marcus Smart.
Peyton Pritchard.
Marcus Smart putting him in the post like Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. He dropping 30.
Oh man! All right, so we're gonna travel to the West. Listen, I'm gonna just get straight to it. Warriors and Kings. Ooh, I'm gonna say this to Christopher, Nuggets Kings fan. The undecided, the free agent, the
It's funny that you call me
miscellaneous.
Call my
undecided,
boy
but
a
you have
free agent.
but you have 3 different teams.
the miscellaneous. Yeah.
This man team hopped through 4 teams right now, but I'm the free agent though. Like what?
I'm just confused. Sixers, okay.
I know you should be confused because you don't
Sixers,
even know who you're
OKC.
rooting for this playoff series.
Sixers, OKC, sir. Sixers and OKC. I just don't understand. But listen,
Bro,
man.
wasn't you just praising the Kings? Wasn't you just praising the Kings like 2 weeks ago though?
I gave him credit where credit is due. Like I give
No.
I give every team credit.
You were praising them. You weren't giving them credit. You were praising them.
Chris, listen, I give your team some credit. We get a little airheaded because you finally tasted some success in 17 years, right? Kyrie, how old were you 17 years ago? I mean,
Kyrie, here's a better
man,
question.
listen.
How old were you when the Sixers made the conference finals?
Wait, Steve. How old were you?
Now,
How old were you?
now,
How old were
guess
you?
what? Now,
Steve, how
guess
old
what?
were
You were
when
older when the
Kings
King. You
made
older
the playoffs.
Right. You're
Steve.
exactly.
How old
So
were you?
yeah.
Like you
I'm
probably
21. They just made the playoffs, bro. I'm 21.
You were
Don't
Yeah.
play with them Kings, man.
You
They
were
just made it.
4.
It's
20.
You was 4.
You do
Kyrie,
something.
you was 4.
Sim. Hold up, Sim. I got you a question too.
There you go.
What's up, bro?
How old were you when the Kings made the conference finals, which is 2002?
I was 1, dog.
All right, cool. That's good. So that means you didn't even see the Sixers made the conference finals. Oh man. Nah,
Let's not get the football now. But we're not gonna talk about that.
3 is greater than 1 if you want to get the football. Because they just lost to Patrick Mahomes in football. Welcome to my world. That's what we talk about football. Welcome to my world.
We're gonna leave that. All right, we back to basketball.
Hold up. Colin, I forgot. This is the
God.
argument that you had for me when it came to basketball. So I'm gonna get you
Distract
football.
Sacramento
3 is greater
Kings.
than 1. 3 is greater than 1. Got some catching up to do, my boy.
You are a pathetic excuse.
Maybe I'll be Patrick Mahomes. You would have talked a little bit
more.
more.
Listen, can we get to the prediction?
Anyway, in this matchup, I'm going to say Warriors in 7, and that's a stretch, only because I do not trust the Warriors on the road. But I'm going strictly off of playoff experience alone and nothing else. That I'm picking Warriors in 7.
I'm calling the upset.
How would it be upset if they're the higher ranked team?
Well, no one really thinks that the Kings could beat the Warriors. I mean, some people think, like you, they think it's competitive, but the general consensus, they think the Warriors will beat the Kings. I think the Kings have everything they need, especially Mike Brown, and knowing how he runs his practices, how he, like, when it comes to studying film and getting these guys prepped.
This man ain't never talk about the Thunder like this. He ain't talk about Thunder like this since 2016.
Kyrie, this guy was just imagine for 17 years, you was just a Kings fan. Can you imagine?
You like mediocrity. You think that's successful.
Listen.
You believe mediocrity.
Greg, what's wrong with him, Greg? I just don't understand. He was a Kings fan for 17 years. Ridiculous.
You praise mediocrity. You praise mediocrity.
You can't make this up.
I'll be real. I'm not even going to hate. You feel me? That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years to support a franchise. Trust me, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, we Sixers fans. I'm not gonna lie. We don't got them room to talk. We was trusting processes. We was, you feel me?
Hold on.
Hey, bro, I'm a Knicks fan. That's why my mouth shut right now.
That's why. So I'm just like everybody gotta go through it, bro.
Colin should learn from you then, Kyrie.
Man, hey,
Colin should learn from you.
The Knicks
He
were more
praises.
successful than the Kings. So what are you
That's-
talking? They made the playoffs within a decade. Y'all didn't make it for almost 2 decades. I'm gonna say 2 decades. I'm gonna say 2 decades.
Again.
So for 20 years,
You're praising
you guys
mediocrity.
were irrelevant and you guys were in the toilet. Man,
So once again,
right,
you prove my point. Once again, you just proved my point that you praise mediocrity.
Chris.
Because each time they made the playoffs, the farthest they got was the second round.
So you got the Warriors. Got you. Let's see. Talk to me. Warriors and Kings. Who you have? Who you got winning?
I think this is gonna be
How many games?
I think it's gonna be the best series in the first round. I got Warriors in 7 just because like what Chris said, the experience. But I think the Kings gonna make them work for it though. I think it's gonna be a real fun series, bro. I think it's gonna be a real high scoring series.
Yep.
Both have a lot of offense and not too much defense. But I think the Warriors defense, especially in the playoff setting, I think their defense will lock in more than the Kings defense. The only reason I think the Kings will go 7th, bro, is because I believe Fox is one of them guys. Like I think Fox is going to have a great series.
He sure is.
I would say Warriors in like 6 or 7 though. I think it's gonna be fun. A lot of the West series, first round series, is gonna be fun. The Lakers Grizzlies should be a good series. The Clippers and Suns. This should be a good series. For the West first round, looking crazy.
Oh, okay. So with that, okay. Kyrie, who do you have? You put the Warriors and Kings.
I agree with everybody. I'm gonna go with the Warriors in 6 and 7. I'm leaning more towards 6.
Okay.
We got to point to the experience. I mean, the Warriors have been here countless times, and this is the Kings' like absolute first time in God knows how long. And I just simply think they're too young. They're going to put up a fight. I think one of the main factors is going to be in Mike Brown being a former staff of the Golden State Warriors, and he knows a lot of their plays. He knows a lot of their actions. He knows what certain guys are capable of. So I think he's gonna key in on certain things and try to make it harder for Golden State to execute a lot of their plays. But I think Golden State is just I think they simply have more depth. I think Andrew Wiggins coming back is a plus, even though I don't expect him to be 100% either. But him coming off the bench is going to be a huge boost for them too. They have somebody that they can go to and score. They have somebody that can defend guys on the perimeter, that can go out and defend guys. Again, he might be a step slow because he hasn't played since like January or something like that. But I think the Warriors just got too much going on for them right now.
That's a pretty fair assessment. Greg, Warriors and Kings. I'm the only one with the Kings right now. Are you rocking with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Kings for real. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's just gonna be the end to a disappointing season for the Warriors altogether. And I love what Andrew Wiggins brings, but I just think we're asking a lot for him to come back and then just be the game changer. I'm not saying he's not capable of being able to do so. We seen him do it last year, play a huge role, but like I don't know. I think at the end of the day, the Kings, weirdly enough, play better defense on the road than they do at home. I think the Kings try to shoot your lights out on the road. On the road, they have a top 10 defense. I think they're number 10 in defense. At home, they're like 20. I forget. It's either 29th or 23rd in defensive efficiency. So I'm gonna go with the Kings because I just feel like if the Kings can get one Warriors road game, that'll just take their heart. And I like it's going to be an offensive battle. I think the Kings just need to win. The formula for the Kings is win 3 games at home and 1 game on the road. If they can do that, they got the series.
That should be easy because Golden State's been horrible on the road this season.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely horrible.
Exactly.
That's a good assessment. All right. You have even more confident in the Kings, even more, Greg. All right. I think Kings are 7. So that's like Seam said. That the first round, like I said, this year is gotta be one of the most balanced, competitive first rounds in a very long time. Like I said, if you're a basketball
in the West,
yeah,
like the East is a little more lopsided.
Sure is.
I mean, listen, if you're a basketball fan, you should just be happy and ecstatic you're able to watch these games and just feel, just the unknown. You really don't know who's gonna win. So With that, we move on to the next matchup: the Clippers and Suns. Man, Paul George is out for the first round. They said he was looking for a conference final return date, but man, I just think with Paul George being out, listen, man, talk to me. Clippers and Suns. Who wants to go first? Who wants to take the mic?
I'm gonna go.
Suns and 5.
Go
What'd you
ahead.
say, Chris?
I said Suns and 5.
Suns and 5. Whoa, okay. No
don't-
faith. All right.
I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect Russell Westbrook because he's definitely picked up his level of play since joining the Clippers, no doubt about it. And no, it's fun to see him play good It's cool to see him play a good basketball game. But even when it comes to the playoffs, Russell Westbrook, ever since KD left, he has been terrible in the playoffs as well. So and that's your second best player behind Kawhi. Kawhi can only do so much. He's already having no trouble trying to guard Kevin Durant together. I mean, I know I come with the Suns. I know I come with the Suns for not having a lot of depth on their team because they trade everybody to get Kevin Durant, which is why I feel like they won't make a deep playoff run. But at the same time, it's basically Kawhi against the Suns. No disrespect to the people on the Clippers, but it kind of is.
But to me personally, I'm not gonna underestimate someone like Kawhi Leonard. And then at the end of the day, Russell, yes, he is. I don't know. Just like you said, Chris, having him as a sidekick. But I just feel like Kawhi Leonard, like I said, he's led the Raptors over the Sixers, hit that game-winning shot. You know, when he can play and when he does play, he's definitely one of those guys. He could definitely change, and turn the franchise around. So,
he'll show up. That's not the issue. The issue is though, while he's going Kevin Durant, he's going to put up, and while Kawhi might even drop 30 in the series, you also got to take into account who's going to cover for Devin Booker's 25 to 30 points as well. Who is going to cover that game since Paul George is out? Norman Powell. I mean, yeah, Norman Powell's cool. He's a good player. Nicholas Batum, no.
But they are solid. These are solid defenders. No bodies at him.
And who? Kevin Durant? What that mean? Oh, you talking about Devin Booker? What does that mean?
Devin Booker. Well, I mean, Kevin Durant. Obviously, Kawhi has to guard KD because if you don't, that's obviously he had to neutralize me, right? But then D Book, you can throw bodies on him.
Kawhi got to do so much on offense too. Like, do you just I feel like guarding KD is just too much, bro. I think you got to start. I think you got to start Robert Covington or something eventually, and just have him take that KD matchup for the first few quarters. Because no Paul George, bro. Kawhi got carry a load.
No, Kawhi has to do a lot. And again, I don't want to disrespect Westbrook while saying this, but repeatedly, I have seen him take the same amount of shots that he does points. So if he has 20 points but took 25 shots, that's not a good game. That doesn't mean anything.
I think the another thing that concerns me about the Clippers is they don't have a lot of guys that, I mean, they have Russ and Bones, but besides that, and with PG out, they don't have a lot of guys that are going to go and create stuff, drive into the paint, if that makes sense. They don't got a lot of stuff going on down there. So if they're not knocking down shots versus a really good Phoenix Suns defense, is gonna be tough. And obviously, no Paul George.
I didn't even think about. Does he even get playing? Does he even get?
He's been playing.
He started getting playing time towards the end.
Because Paul George got hurt and Bones been good. I like Bones Highland. I think the thing with the Clippers is they have so much depth. I think they can still make it competitive even without Paul George, because I feel like random guys can step up. Like Norman Powell's a bucket. He does not pass the ball, bro.
We seen Bones step up in against the Warriors last season in the playoffs too. That first round.
Yeah, Bones could hoop, bro. It's just the only thing with Bones is the defense. It's like you got
defense.
They have CP, Book, KD. They have a lot of guys that can.
I know he don't play like. I know they don't
play. But then at the same time, you gotta think he only weighs like 160. He's only 6'2".
No, it's not like Bones tries to play defense, bro. It's just
he does.
But he got like a 6'9" wingspan too. You got to use that to your advantage.
He's 6'2", 160. I mean,
he tried.
Like
bro.
most of the point guards weigh 190 to 200 now.
Another game. I think he should still get some time out there just because he's instant offense, bro. You can go out there and just create so much for
you got to sacrifice defense in mind. You got to keep so.
But he only play 10, 15 minutes. Like it's not like he's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
No,
that's what you got Terrence Mann out there for.
I'm looking up his stats right now. He plays about the last 10 games. He's been playing about 20, 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, but the playoffs it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop in the playoffs. just
Okay.
because of the defense. But he can still come and give you good minutes. The Clippers are so deep compared to the Suns, who have no depth. But the Suns' front four guys is going to create so much offense, and that's just like Katie and Book themselves are creating so much offense, and we haven't even mentioned Chris Paul and Eaton yet. So it's like I think the Suns just have too much, and with the Clippers having no Paul George, I think the Suns get it done in probably 6. I would say 6. I can see the Clippers taking 2. I think it's still a competitive series, even with no Paul George, just because the Clippers have so much, and Kawhi Leonard's one of them guys. But yeah, no Paul George is tough, bro. It's just unfortunate. The Clippers are so unlucky. The Clippers
Yeah,
are
The
just so
man,
reason,
that's
the
unlucky, man.
crazy.
So
the reason
unlucky.
why I
So
disagree
unlucky.
with you, even though the reason why I disagree with you on that is because the last time when we saw the Clippers and the Suns play in the series, remember no Kawhi Leonard was there. It's not like Paul George didn't show up. He was hooping. He just didn't have
Yeah,
enough. It just, and that's why I feel like, and it's going to make it even worse now that KD is here this time around because he wasn't there last time. So it's
And
like
then KD,
KD's going to get an efficient 32. He could get an efficient
but
30. If I shoot 50
it's
even
not
with
shots
even
that
from the
that.
field.
They,
team, even with that, I think like we're talking about. I know you're adding KD, but at the same time you're bringing Kawhi into it, and Kawhi is better than Paul George. I think the Clippers have more
No doubt.
now than what they had that year in 2021. I think Norman Powell have a great series, bro. I think they should probably start him, bro, because I think besides with
yeah,
Paul George, I think he's their second best scorer. Like
of course,
Norman
yeah.
Powell can get to a
Averaging,
bucket. Powell
yeah.
can get to a bucket, bro. He does not pass the ball either. They give him that rock, he's going to shoot it. Like he does not pass the ball, but. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. No Paul George is gonna be hard to beat the Suns. I don't see any team in the West being the Suns, bro. Like I can see
Kyrie,
it happening, but I have the Suns being everybody.
Kyrie. So would you say Bones is pretty much Lou Williams? He's like the Lou Williams, pretty much Lou
That's a
Nah,
good
Williams.
he
that's a
don't play
good
like
little
Lou Will,
comparison.
bro. He don't play like
What'd
him.
you say?
Bones, like Lou Will is more like Lou Will. He
Because
could drive,
he
but like
doesn't play but he doesn't play defense, and he was small and couldn't really
but the
guard
thing is,
receivers.
their styles are kind of because Lou Will is more like shooting, and he was more in the mid range game, shooting threes. Like he could drive, but like
Right.
Bones is
Okay.
more like straight to the basket, using his speed, creating plays for others. Like that's
He's
uh,
quick. He's real quick.
yeah. Bones, he not the scorer Lou Will was, but I don't think Lou Will is the playmaker that Bones is.
Right.
And
Oh
I mean,
Bones
yeah,
at
is
the
that's
same
fast
that's
time,
too.
yeah.
it took a while for Lou Will to become that scorer though. He
Exactly. Yeah,
wasn't that consistent.
I think Bones could develop it. It's just not who he is right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
No, all right. Yes.
I gotta put it out there with, like Bones handles like low key, like just like how long his arms are, how like he got the ball in the string. It do low key like show shades of Jamal Crawford.
Yo,
Like
I was just about to say that next.
just
I
how
was gonna
shifty
say
he
that.
is, like just how like he got the ball in the string. He never like he rarely loses it. Like
You
Yeah.
lucky. You are lucky
he's
Mars
not as
not on the
polished as
phone right
Marty.
now.
He
Why?
He's like a if he can really
You
like because he
lucky
has nice
Mars not on the
handles.
phone right
Oh
now to
yeah,
hear that.
you're right, Chris. Jamal's Martha Jamal for that.
I'm saying he's not as polished as him. Like he
That's what I'm
like
saying. So if he
No,
can really
he
polish,
wasn't.
because he
because he
compared
can
to
work with the
Jamal and Lou
wings.
Will, bro,
No,
Bones is way
Jamal
quick.
was the
Bones is quicker than both of those guys. So if he can really
Jamal
polish it
Crawford.
out, bro, Bones could
Right.
be so
No,
nice.
And
Jamal
And he
Crawford
already
was probably
he already got the
he already
jumper.
nice.
He can shoot off the dribble already.
yeah, he
He got
definitely
some stuff
can.
in his package already.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
but he
listen,
just
it's
got to
just the
polish it
defense
out.
though.
Keep working
It's
on
just
it.
that defense. That's
The
what keeps
defense
him
will
off
never
the
be there,
book.
bro. Because he tries, bro. It's not even like
he
it's not
tries.
like he
He's
doesn't
just
try.
small. He's
Yeah, that's small.
166 too. Like
But the
what do you
thing,
expect him to do?
I think with a guy, I think if you put Bones and then Emmanuel quickly roll, like if you put it on the Knicks, I think he gives you the same production. I think Bones will be great
And
in that same
So you
position. It's
think
just
he's a potential 6 man next year for Kansas? You think the potential six
it
man if he
depends
gets the
because
minutes?
The Clippers so deep. It just depends on who they bring back. Because
Right,
we saw when they were fully healthy, Bones wasn't even in the rotation. So
right.
it's
That's
like
crazy.
it's just
But do you
about
think
it's
that?
just a
No, okay, go
whatever.
ahead, keep going. I was going to ask you.
Oh
Do you think the Nuggets? You think the Nuggets will probably think back and say, "Damn, we let this guy, get away"?
no, I don't think the
Because
Nuggets are because the
I
Nuggets weren't playing them either, and they got a couple of
I
second
know that's
rounders
The
from
crazy. And
reason
he
Indiana.
was he at Chris? Bring
that
this
no
up.
the reason why he had to leave was because him and Jamal Murray had beef. Jamal Murray was
Whoa,
basically they had beef with
yep.
Bones' family. It had nothing to do with playing time or anything. Bones was a head case because he wanted more playing time because he felt like he should have been a starter. Jamal Murray was basically saying you didn't earn your spot yet, so you need to basically to accept your role. Bones family wasn't having that. So who are they gonna pick between Bones and Murray? They picked Murray, obviously. So Bones had to go.
man,
I didn't want him to. I didn't want him to leave, but it was the right call though. He was getting it
damn,
over his head.
Yeah, and when you think
oh,
about the
getting
Nuggets
over. Okay.
organization, like they like a no nonsense organization. You never hear they players
Never.
really ending
Never.
nothing. You never
No.
hear like any scandals or nothing. Like they are clean
No.
cut like organization.
No, well, no. The only time was when George Karl was the coach, and he had that feud.
That was
with the players.
ages ago.
That was the only
George
time.
Karl was talking. That was like 2013.
No, George Karl. No,
For real,
that's
bro.
why
That's
I
a
said
minute ago.
it's
Bro.
been five.
The Nuggets don't usually have drama. That was just like a rare
I know.
thing for them.
Exactly.
That's all he was having drama.
George Karl was the drama. He was the. That's why. That's why he had to leave.
That's
Because he was the drama.
J.R. Smith just went on JJ Redick podcast and said it.
Miami won, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, Shree saying George Karl hater. That's what they saying on 52nd.
He is.
Miami just won, by the way.
Bro, no former player got anything to say about it.
Twitter saying Jimmy Butler. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he was going crazy in the fourth. He started taking over. In the fourth.
Jimmy, we really traded. We chose Tobias over him. What is Sixers?
No, Jimmy chose Miami over y'all.
No, we chose Tobias over him.
Y'all didn't have a chance. Jimmy left.
Jimmy said in the interview he wanted to stay.
Jimmy said in the interview, the Sixers said, "Can you handle him?" He said, "You don't got to. I'm out." It was no choosing. Jimmy left. Jimmy didn't want to stay with y'all, bro.
Ben Simmons, non-work
Sorry,
ethic.
fans acting like that, bro. Jimmy did not want to stay there.
Beautiful Sixers basketball, if I could say.
Come on, Chris, chill.
Y'all made that mistake.
But that be, you guys been making mistakes for 17 years. Let's leave it at that. Greg,
listen, they were both been sabotaging yourself to win the championship. It sounds like it.
Who do you have winning? Who do you have winning?
If the teams remain how they are, and nobody gets hurt, which is a big if. I mean, yeah, I got two letters, man. KD. That's all I need to hear, man. It's straight like that. And honestly, what it's going to come down to is it's going to be a lot of situations where the Clippers are going to give all their attention to Devin Booker and KD, even put them in double teams, which is going to put CP3 in a lot of catch and shoot situations late in games where he's going to have to make a shot. And I believe in CP3, even at the age of 38, to make those shots. He's going to make the shots.
He be clutch.
Yeah, and it's going to be a dub. So I think it's going to be like Clippers. I'm sorry. I think it's going to be Suns, and I'm going to give the Clippers some respect. So I'm going to say Suns in 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was in 5. I'm going to be honest.
That's true. All right.
I agree with you.
Yep.
It sucks Paul George got hurt, bro, because that series we would have 3
that had been
matchups
such an
in the first round. That would be so like 3 potential 7-game matchups, bro.
Entertaining.
Paul George wasn't hurt, man.
The NBA ratings would have been off the roof. I think it's still gonna be off the roof. It was like, all right.
Well, LeBron back in the playoffs for sure.
All right. So with that, we move on to the next.
Sell, man. They want to see LeBron sell. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk. We on the last matchup of the playoff first round series.
You still got Denver.
Listen. Oh man, Denver.
But we don't know what they're gonna play.
I was figuring.
I mean, Denver gonna win that series regardless.
A matter of fact, no. If they say, listen, me particularly, no one else is gonna agree with me, and that's fine. I'm alone.
No, let's just move on.
All right, so I got OKC. Okay, I got Nuggets beating OKC in 7. It's gonna be that
7.
Yes.
Holland.
Yeah.
Yo,
OKC don't even got like a real center to guard.
Bro, my thing is, Jokic is killing the Thunder.
What?
Yo, Jalen Williams gonna have a nightmare, bro.
Why
do we have a nightmare? He's having nightmares, bro.
The Wolves give him a way better series, bro.
Stephen Kyrie. Why are y'all even arguing with this man?
I'm not, bro. Let's move on. Lakers.
Why are y'all arguing with this man?
Lakers Grizzlies, yo. Come on.
They didn't see the sky hook, Greg.
Why even arguing with this man over that?
Lakers Grizzlies, yo. Let's go. Come on.
I don't care if shot average is 35. Why are you arguing with this man?
With that being said,
Go ahead.
Yeah, let Colin go, yo.
Go ahead.
All right, with that being said, the last matchup of the first round playoff series, Lakers and Grizzlies. Steven Adams is out. Brandon Clark, last time I checked, I think he's still out, or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, he done. He tore his Achilles.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles. So pretty much, yeah, I don't see the Grizzlies. I don't know. They might, stretch it out, make it a 6-game series. But I think this is my coworker's gonna hate that I'm saying this because he's gonna hear this. But I got the Lakers in 6. He's gonna be so happy. He's gonna be so
I
happy.
mean, this series can go either way, honestly. Like
I mean,
it can
Ja
go
Morant
either
can-
way. Just because the Grizzlies is missing so much down low, and I don't know if I
AD's
can
gonna
trust
take
Jaren
over.
Jackson in a 7-game series because he fouled so damn much.
But he leads
And I
the
just feel like the Lakers.
league in
That's
blocks.
facing the Lakers going to take that
Steals
team
as a
too,
big
man.
man. He leads the league in blocking steals as a big man. And he actually might be winning defensive player of the year if you saw
That's
those
very true.
finals votes.
That's
So
very
he
true.
could
But
definitely
you
make
don't
it
think,
though.
but Conley, you don't think they're going to scheme Anthony Davis open into certain situations with Jaren Jackson on the
They
block
will, bro. I'm
in the foul
saying,
situations?
But
first of
who's
all,
guarding Ja
AD.
Morant? Because no one in the Lakers
Let's
can
talk.
guard Ja. So
I'll say this
I'm
real
saying,
quick, bro. AD is gonna average 30, but it's not gonna be because AD is giving Jaren buckets. It's gonna be because niggas, people are going to try.
It's okay.
People are going to drive. They're gonna get AD open, and AD is the best play finisher in the league. He's gonna get a bunch of lobs and handoffs and dump offs and everything. He's gonna average 30 off that and rebounding. I think AD is gonna kill Jaren on the glass, bro. Because Jaren's not that great of a rebounder. AD is one of the best rebounders in the league.
Not to mention, like their addition to Jared Vanderbilt has definitely been a plus because he can defend on the perimeter. He can go down low with you. Like he's just a Swiss
Tell him
Army knife
again.
defensively.
His
And
offense is so. That's the thing with his defense
Chris.
is amazing. He gives you so much on defense. Just his offense is literally a non-factor, bro.
Yeah, but at the same time he creates offense though. He gets a lot of them picks in transition. He gets a lot of that. He creates a lot of that stuff. He gets a lot of offensive rebounds for putbacks.
Yeah,
he creates his own points.
That's something
You don't really got
value with
do
the
nothing
rebounding. But besides this, like especially versus the Grizzlies, the Grizzlies have the second best defense in the league. And I know Steven Adams is out, but their defense is still great even without Steven Adams. It's like
That is true.
It's gonna be a good series, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably I don't even know who I would have, bro, because I think
Ja Morant's gonna take over though, so we all know that. He'll give you 25.
I don't know, man.
10.
I think Ja would play
7
good,
boys.
but the Lakers got some.
No one can guard Ja.
Lakers got
D'Angelo
some
Russell
stuff.
can't guard Ja.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt he clamped him last year, bro. He clamped him last year.
I think Ja comes in with like Ja.
I think he does too. I think Ja played great, but it's not that simple, bro. Because you got Jared Vanderbilt, you got AD, one of the best rim protectors in the league. Like it's not as simple as that. Just Ja just going.
You got Rui off the bench. That's more size.
I can't wait for that matchup. I'm excited for that too.
I think the thing is the Lakers have more talent for sure. I think they have more talent in terms of like just not even just like LeBron, but LeBron, AD. They have more talented players. But the Grizzlies have been together for like 3 years at this point, bro. And Taylor Jenkins, I think Taylor Jenkins is gonna absolutely outcoach him. I don't think Ham is a good coach like that. To be honest with you, he's cool. But like
that's a good point.
Compared to Taylor Jenkins is gonna have some good game plans for them. And it's tough. I'll be honest. I think I would go Grizzlies in 7, bro. Just because I don't know, bro. I think Lakers could.
I want to go with the Grizzlies, honestly. But I just don't want to go against Bron. That's playoff Bron, and I don't want to go against.
Oh my
God, Bron's not. I'm not worried about Bron.
See, stop disrespecting that man, bro. Please, just reach yourself. Just reach yourself, bro. Reach yourself.
Bron gonna play good.
No LeBron.
Bron is gonna play good, but it's not like it's not the same. Bron was like, oh, we can't do nothing for him. Like, no, bro. There's something you can do for that man. No, he's not the same.
Who's guarding LeBron?
Bro, the team defense, bro. It's not LeBron's not going 1-on-1 every.
Yeah. Team defense go get you 28, 7 and 7 every night.
Watch Bron.
What are you gonna do
in
the close game when it's time for? That's another thing. This series is gonna be hilarious because both teams aren't that good in the clutch. Both teams are pretty bad in the clutch, dog. To be honest,
Bron
LeBron doing in the clutch this year?
This playoff
Bron. Y'all was saying playoff Bron was against Minnesota. He had 3 points in the fourth, 0 points in overtime. So we talking about playoff Bron, bro. This playoff Bron, they gonna lose. They need playoff AD. That's what they need.
And they need playoff Bron, which is gonna show up.
They just no. They just don't need AD or LeBron to get hurt. As long as they're on the court, they're gonna win. Lakers in 6.
Do you think it's just that simple, bro? I think.
Yes, I do.
I don't know. They have the talent. I think that's what people are looking at. Just looking on paper, roster for roster. I think Lakers definitely have more talent, but Grizzlies, and they've been together. They have the chemistry, bro. They've been together for 3 years at this point, and they have an elite coach, one of the best coaches in the league, bro. The Lakers
I'm
don't
not.
have it.
And,
The Lakers
Listen, I'm
been
not
and on
together for
top of
disagreeing.
like
that,
a few
the
months,
Lakers
like
have
not
been like
even.
one of the streakiest teams in the league this year. Like even
That's
after the
another
trade,
thing.
after they made the upgrade, like they would just lose like stupid games, like games that they had
And
in the bag.
not only that, Kyrie, a lot of people like to make a big deal of the Lakers going crazy at the deadline, but they had a weak schedule, bro. They had a really easy schedule to close that year out.
That too.
And versus all the good teams, like all the great elite teams, they will lose them all. They lost all them
Right.
games.
Then they lost that last game, I think, to Utah, like one of their last games to Utah for them to get a bump up in the seeding. And
Yeah,
they
like
was up the whole game and they fumbled it.
I think since the Lakers are the hot new topic, they got the new team. People are like, they're like, oh, the Lakers, man, they look good. They have LeBron, AD, everybody like that. I don't trust their shooting in the playoffs. I don't trust D'Lo in the playoffs at all. I think in order for them to make it far and even be Memphis, I think AD needs to step up and be like a MVP AD. And I don't think
That's a
he'll do
fact.
that I don't think he'll do that consistently in a 7-game series. I don't think he's gonna do it.
No,
I think the
I
Grizzlies get
totally
this one in
agree with
7.
you. I totally agree with you because I always going into any playoff series, I always question AD's health because just like what you said, team. I think that to myself all the time. I can't see AD being healthy in a 7-game series.
Not even just
He
health, bro. It's like aggression. Like throughout the year, he's been relatively healthy this year. Like he had that one injury that kept him out for a few months. But besides that, like he's been healthy. And even when he came back healthy, he'll have a game where he has like 40 and 23 rebounds, and the next game he has 12 points and seven rebounds. Like he's inconsistent
but
with his aggression.
but at the same time, and I agree with you. I agree with you. But at the same time, he also has a lot of games too where he might fall down. He hurts his
Yeah,
elbow. He hurts his back,
yeah.
and he's
I mean,
laboring all throughout the game. You can see it.
Minnesota, he was sitting there pulling at his shoulder the whole game. Like he's sitting there rubbing his shoulder, like
Like
it's already
it's
starting,
always
dog.
something. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
literally
already
always
started.
something with
It's
him,
already
bro.
started.
And that's why I don't trust the Lakers because you hit the nail on the head, bro. For them to win any series, he's got to be the MVP of that team. He's got to
I
be the
think
best
so,
player
bro.
on that squad.
That's why I keep on when I say it's not that LeBron's not great. LeBron is still a top 10 player in the league. He's still elite. I just don't think LeBron is going to be able to be like, all right, everybody around me is playing corny. I'm gonna put the team on my back right now. There's nothing anybody could do. LeBron's not that guy anymore. He shouldn't have to be. He's 40 years old. That should be what AD. If LeBron's your second option, bro, realistically, that's a contender right there, bro. Because LeBron's a top 10 player. I just don't think LeBron is able to do what he used to do, where he just take a team and like no matter what, keep you in the game and win you a whole series on his own. Like that's not who he is anymore.
Okay. I don't.
All
I'm not.
right.
I don't disagree with the points that y'all made because they're all valid and they all make perfect sense. But I think that knowing the Grizzlies, if Jared Jackson Jr. gets a foul trouble early, nobody else on that team is going to be able to guard AD. So he should be able to go off right then and there. And
That's facts. Yeah.
as
That's facts.
and as of right now, Austin Reeves is playing at a level that we have not seen him play at consistently for a minute. So right now he's on. That
That's
could
a
be
fact.
that could be the X factor in this series, as long as AD and LeBron don't get hurt, because he's been balling since the All-Star break, absolutely balling. And I mean, I agree with you in the sense about the Lakers because I, for one, do not trust D'Angelo Russell at all. Because every time I've seen the postseason, he just plays worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like I don't know. I feel like in a lot of these playoff series, I feel like just experience is gonna be able to get you by. It's not gonna win you the championship, but I feel like it can get you by. And I feel like when it comes to the Lakers, if Austin Reeves continue to play at the level he's playing at, since I think he'll be the X factor, and LeBron and AD do what they're supposed to do, I feel like not gonna sweep them or anything, but I feel like they can win in 6 or 7. I would say 6. I think the Grizzlies can get 2 games because I feel like John's gonna go crazy in 2 games where there's nothing where you just can't stop him.
Right.
I would more agree with your point if either, not both, but if either Steven Adams or Brandon Clark are playing, then I would pick the Grizzlies. But since they're both that, I gotta go with the Lakers.
Yeah, that's tough
Yeah.
because especially with Steven Adams, I think the Lakers, the main thing I think will give them an edge in winning the series is their size and their rebounding. I think the Grizzlies won't be able to keep him off the glass. It'll be like Minnesota. I think that one of the main reasons the Lakers won against Minnesota is because of all the offensive rebounds they were getting. Like AD had like 6 offensive rebounds on his own. I think that that'll be an issue for Memphis because Jaren's gonna be playing a lot of that center spot. And he's not a great rebounder, so yeah, it'll be tough.
Yeah, I'm like I've been flip flopping on this one. I think it's gonna come down to 7 games, and it could go either way. Like I could definitely see a scenario where the Grizzlies win that in Game 7, and I could definitely see a scenario where the Lakers win it in Game 7. I think it's just
Yeah.
it comes down. I think the main swing factor is Memphis not having those big men in Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, and being relatively thin, even including Jaren, like there are other like semi bigs like Santi Aldama, who plays some for,
Xavier
and
Tillman,
Zaire
like
Williams,
6'6".
who doesn't really get a lot of playing time, but he's gonna have to because he's about 6'8", 6'9", long wingspan. He's gonna have to fill in for some of those minutes down there. And the Lakers are just simply too big with Anthony Davis, like I mentioned, Rui, LeBron. They're just too big and too physical. But
Yeah.
again, you can never count him out. Desmond Bain, we haven't mentioned yet. He always turns it up in the playoffs. Again, I see this going to 7 games, and honestly, he's gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah, this is the series that I'm least sure about. To be honest, like I have no clue who's gonna win, but I would if y'all had to put a gun to my head and said pick a team, I think I'll pick the Grizzlies just because of the team chemistry. They've been together longer, and I don't know if I trust the Lakers other guys as much as I trust the Grizzlies other guys.
Kyle, I wonder who you got winning this series. Greg, you too, actually.
Oh no, I said I had the Lakers in 6, but now I'm hearing like everyone now. I'm just so it's such a toss up. I just think now that she put that perspective for me in terms of Bron. Yeah, Bron is 38. He's not just gonna be able to just take over no matter what.
But when I said that last part, everybody was calling me crazy.
I'm calling you crazy. It's just Kyle don't know what to believe now. I'm still calling you crazy.
After that last part, everybody said I'm crazy, bro.
No, maybe I misheard you because I really don't. I'm really not sure I heard that. But you may. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go. Yeah, when you got Bron as your second option, I just think. I mean, he is the great.
But LeBron being your second option if AD steps up. That's me and Kyrie's main thing. If LeBron's your second option, that makes him a contender. But that's only if AD steps up and becomes a consistent first option and that consistent MVP level player.
I agree with that. Now that I agree with, no doubt.
That's the only thing they could. That's like Kyrie said. I don't see them. Maybe just because Memphis is missing so many bigs, they might be able to sneak past Memphis. But besides that, bro, they're not winning any series unless AD steps up and becomes an MVP level guy.
That I agree with, which is why I said like I'm going off experience for this matchup, but I'm not saying it's only because of experience. Because I've told you, you're not going to win a ring with experience. But no, that I agree with. But I feel like they're going to be able to get they're going to win this first round, though. Then lose to who they be playing next. They be playing either Golden State or Sacramento. Yeah, they're going to lose to those teams.
All right. And so, Greg, what about you? The Lakers and Grizzlies, from your perspective. You got so far. So, who you have winning?
I'm gonna take the Lakers in an upset. I think it's my biggest first round upset it's my biggest upset of the first round. I just think that you can't take out the savviness that comes with having an NBA championship under your belt. And say what you want about AD and LeBron, but I feel like they're the type, at least now when the playoffs are happening, they're gonna at least I know LeBron for sure is going to conserve his energy. So he gonna give you 4 games of the 7 where it's like lights out, because he's just conserving his body just to be able to give you that. And I think AD will be able to do enough, and then at least 3 of the 4 Laker wins to give you some consistent production. But LeBron gonna go crazy one game for sure. He gonna drop like 35, 40 in a game for sure, certified. But I think Steven Adams not being there, I think there's going to be a huge discrepancy. There can be a huge discrepancy on the boards that plays to the Lakers' advantage. The Memphis Grizzlies are middle of the pack when it comes to free throw attempts per game. I think they're like mid 15, like mid 20. I think the Lakers are a top 5 free throw shooting team, meaning they go to the free throw line a lot.
Especially
I
with
think
Jaren Jackson out there.
exactly, and then
Yeah.
we're banking on Jaren Jackson staying out of foul trouble, which hasn't been his MO throughout the past couple of seasons. And with Steven Adams being out, that puts more of a burden on him, which makes it more of a concern that he may be able, if you get Jaren Jackson out of the game because of foul trouble, now that's an even higher discrepancy that they have to deal with. I think the X factor for the series, believe it or not, if they're man enough to play him, might be Kenny Lofton. I'm not gonna lie, that brother's a bucket.
Yo,
Yeah, I hope
good
they do
shout
play
out.
him, bro.
Kenny
I hope
Lofton.
like that's
Kenny
a
I
good
just let
move
him
too.
go
Lofton
like
is
Yo,
a
he
10
bucket.
got
minutes, bro, because I
42
promise
and
you
As
he's a
he's
bucket this
bro,
playing.
year.
Are you kidding me?
42
I used to
crazy.
just,
And
I
I
I
was
used to
wasn't
just
Yo,
watch.
he
expecting
is
it, bro.
so tough, bro.
Me
He's
and
so
bro,
nice,
Kyrie
As
used
much
to just watch his highlight. Just
Bro,
bro.
literally
I
just
did
watch his
it.
highlight.
I did it think
And just
if
be
the
like, oh my.
I think if Memphis this series, any series, I think if you put him out there for 10 minutes, bro, I think he gives you instant offense in those 10 minutes, bro. Like Kenny
Yo,
But
Lofton
his
he
is
give you
defense isn't
like 8 and
bad.
4. He
The
give you like
defense
give
isn't
you
54,
instant
8
bad.
and
offense,
4.
bro. Kenny
like I
Lofton is nice
watched,
already.
bro. That game where he dropped 42, I watched it. All of it was just in the flow of the offense, bro.
It
Like
was
I'm
like
nothing,
telling
he
you,
was.
bro.
Oh, he was
nothing
in
And it's not
was.
even like
control. He was in his
I
own
be seeing
pace.
these like
Oh,
these games. I don't know if Kenny Love just because of the size and I don't know like just because his defense will probably never be good. They're good, but like Kenny Lofton, bro, he's gonna be a good NBA player for a
to
while.
think
Just
that he
because he's
went
so
if
good,
he
undrafted.
bro.
gets a
That's
chance.
crazy.
If he
He
gets
went
a
I think he
chance,
will.
undrafted.
He's so
if he
good, he
gets a
will,
I
chance,
bro.
think
I
he'll
think
get a
someday he
legitimate
will.
chance in Memphis.
I
I
hope
think
he
they're
no.
definitely grooming
Listen,
him.
I
Probably
hope
not
he.
this year.
I hope he
But
does. I
I
hope he
think next
does.
season they had to bring him up. They already signed him on that 4 year deal, right? He's on
You
Yeah,
the
gotta think about it.
he got
Yeah,
that.
They're
like
gonna
4 years,
sign
6
him.
let
mil,
They're,
him
something like
play.
that.
Built like
You're
Zion.
missing Steven. Man, let my man play, bro. Let Kenny play for like 10 minutes. Just give him 10 minutes. See what he does.
As
they're
I
much
gonna
as
promise
as
sign
you
him
much as I
because
would
like
you
like to
gotta
see
think
that, as much as I'd like to see that, like the rest of us, we all know that ain't happening in a
it's
long
not.
time.
they're gonna
It's
sign
not.
him.
I
It's
mean,
First of
not.
all, because
I,
Steven
I,
Adams is
I
hurt
can
and
see
then
it
Brandon
happening.
Clark. They're
Taylor
gonna
Jenkins
sign
is
him because they don't have any depth. They need somebody at the front
yeah,
court. They can
and
use
Taylor
someone like
Jenkins
him.
never afraid to play anybody. We saw Santi
No,
Aldama
he
start
showed
in
That's
that.
in
facts.
the beginning of the
That's
season.
facts.
In
Right.
the beginning of the season,
That's facts.
Exactly.
he's
Taylor
never afraid
Jenkins
to
will
play
go down.
anybody.
Right.
Taylor Jenkins
So get that
will
man
deep
a
into that
shot. Like
rotation.
Steve said, let that man play
As
10, 15
again,
minutes a game.
again, as much as I would like to see, as much as I like to see him play, I just do not see him playing any playoff basketball. Maybe next year, but I just don't see it this year.
I
But
don't
again,
either.
I agree with
I
you.
just want them
He's a
to.
bucket. No, I agree with you. I want to see him play because he's nice. He's definitely a bucket, no doubt.
But that's my X factor for the series. I think, and honestly, what it's going to come down to, and if you look at any media outlet, they talk about the Grizzlies. They say the Grizzlies should have this series in hand if they're mature. And like, while I
Mm.
hate to like use stuff like that, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Dylan Brooks needs to play a style of basketball where it's like less talking in the media and
Nah, man. I think
less game
Dylan
do
has to be him, bro.
and
Dylan has to be him, man.
and like I think he needs to get his shot attempts within the flow of the offense. They lost that
Oh yeah,
Yes,
last
yeah,
year
that
hmm
that
yeah.
against
yep.
the
Oh
Warriors
yeah.
because I
That's
watched
it.
Dylan Brooks put up performances like 3 for 17, just chucking up the ball,
Yeah, Dylan
just
was
Yep.
putting him
throwing
out the
the
game
ball
for
against
sure.
the
Yeah.
seeing if it stick. I'm like Dylan.
Dylan Brooks has, I think, in back-to-back years, Dylan Brooks had the most shot attempts on the Grizzlies. But mind you, I don't think he was a top three scorer for the team. So yeah, so
I think the
he
same
better not shoot
thing.
the ball like
Let's
that.
say let's say Jaren really clamps down the game. He keeps that paint on lock, and LeBron can't get nothing going down there. He starts shooting threes. We see LeBron be going like 2 for 10 from three some games, like a lot of games, especially early in the year.
I've
So
seen Dylan
it's gonna
Brooks
be a
do
good
that
series,
too.
bro. No,
I
Dylan Brooks is gonna
definitely
do that
agree
for
with
sure,
I
regardless.
definitely agree with you though, Greg. Where
Dylan Brooks again.
you said he gotta grow up because he does have to play a level of mature basketball, and it shows like in his shot attempts and his shot quality, like because he's not an efficient shooter whatsoever. Like he barely
No,
be shooting 40%
At all.
like during the regular
At
season.
all. At all.
And again, and
especially
at the same time on the defensive end, he always reaching. He's getting like always gets stupid foul calls. Like he does too much sometimes.
And I'm not gonna lie, he be getting cooked defensively sometimes. I'll be real.
Yeah, it's
and
because he be too hype.
especially
He
versus
be jumping around and stuff,
especially
bro.
versus
Like
a vet like especially versus LeBron. LeBron is obviously he's fucking LeBron's 40 years old. He's been in the league for 20 years. He's one of the greatest players of all time. LeBron's gonna take advantage of the dumb shit Dylan Brooks will do. LeBron's gonna pick that apart.
And Dylan already been talking in the media. He already said something like, we got LeBron James, like LeBron legacy. It's gonna be a nice little dub for us when we beat him. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say you shouldn't be talking like that, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I feel you. But if LeBron dropped 40 on y'all, I'm not sure.
Listen,
Like,
if they get LeBron mad, remember what happened last time they made LeBron mad? LeBron dunked on him, like dunked on 40 players. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun series. It's for sure. One thing I know for sure, it's gonna be fun as hell. This series,
but
Memphis is gonna talk shit. All the eyes is gonna be on the Lakers and LeBron. It's gonna be a fun series, bro, for sure.
And the last thing I'll say about this Grizzlies team is the reason why I think the Lakers will win is because the thing about narratives, man, is once it feels like things are going south for you, it's really hard to recover. And I feel like the Grizzlies have been through a lot this year, especially with the whole job thing. And I just feel like the icing on the cake for this like sour tasting season is a first round exit when you a second seed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like this kind of give me like,
Well,
for
I feel
instance,
like
with the Nets last year, for instance, like it just felt like there was like a cloud hanging over it, and then they got their team back together, and then it seemed like everything was going well, and then they got swept in the first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I just feel like it's just not their time. It's not their year, and like they're gonna take a step back this year, and it's gonna make them like go hungry. And I think next year they're gonna make the Western Conference Finals.
it's crazy. I actually think this might be the year that they make the conference finals. I don't think they'll win it, but I don't know. I think this might be the year. It's tough because that side over there they gotta go through LA. They don't have to go through Golden State most likely. It's gonna be tough to do it. But I think this player, especially the West, man, the West is gonna be so good. The East, we're gonna have to wait till that conference finals to see the Bucks and the Celtics match up. But like the West, man, the West is gonna be so fun from round one, round two, round three. It's just like, bro, I miss this. I miss this.
All right, man. All right. With that being said, that concludes episode 101 of the Restricted Zone podcast. Definitely want to give a big shout out to my co-hosts, Kyrie, Scene, Chris, Greg. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Every single one of you guys had awesome takes, great debates. I'm sure the fans will enjoy this as much as we enjoyed recording this. You can also follow us on Instagram at Restricted Zone Pod. You can also check us out on all streaming platforms. I'm talking about Apple, Spotify, YouTube. The 100th episode will be uploaded this weekend. And this episode will be uploaded the following week, so be on the lookout. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link will be also inside the description below with all the other links in terms of the streaming platform. So go ahead and subscribe, share with your friends, spread the word. We really appreciate it. See, give a shout out to your podcast, the Play by Play. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Play by Play Pod, man. Hope we back up soon. Trying to figure some things out, but this is a fun one, man. Shout out to these guys. This is a fun pod right here, talking straight basketball. None of that narrative stuff. None of that extra bullshit. Just straight basketball on court. Those was a fun episode.
Thank you, man. Definitely. I can listen. Like I said, anytime, man, you got hop on. I'm sure the fans definitely love you. You definitely love it. So appreciate it. All right. With that being said, we end episode 101. Definitely subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. And hey, have a great weekend. Enjoy the playoffs and have a great day, guys.